Hey, what's up, San Marcos Escondido? I just got to start off by saying, man, do I miss you. I miss coming together on Saturday nights and Sunday mornings and Sunday evenings. Shoot, I even miss the early bird service, which I'm not a morning person. But here's the deal. The church has never been about a building. It's never been about four walls and a ceiling. It's never been about a location. It's always been about us, and really it's always been about God. The fact that Jesus Christ is alive and that he's victorious, and because we have put our faith in him, because we have put our hope in him, we have victory with him. So whether you're in your living room right now, your backyard, you're in the garage, you're in your car, keep your eyes on the road if you're in the car. Here's the deal. We get to still come together as a church family and as a church body. And so tonight, here's what I'm gonna ask you to do. As the worship team is going to lead us in some songs, tonight we get to celebrate what Jesus has done for us. We get to celebrate the fact that through his death and through his resurrection, we have life with him. And tonight we're going to celebrate communion. These are crazy times. It's chaotic. There's so much unknown, so much undependability. And you find yourself just thinking, man, what do they say? This is such an unprecedented time. Am I the only person that misses precedented times? But here's the deal about communion. That night, the night that Jesus celebrates the Passover feast, is the night before he is arrested and then he goes into his crucifixion. That night, he's entering into the most unprecedented and the most chaotic time that the world has ever seen. It's where we remember the fact that God himself sacrificed himself for you and for me, so that through his death and through his resurrection that we can have life with him. And so Jesus, that night, he sat down with his closest friends, he sat down with his family, and he broke tradition. If you know anything about the Passover feast, what it was celebrating is the fact that for 400 years, the Israelites were enslaved to the Egyptians. And at the end of that time, after God had heard their crying out, their weeping, and their longing for deliverance, God sent Moses as this foreshadowing to what Jesus is going to do for us. And then through the plagues, God, the different plagues that you see of turning the water of the Nile into blood, the locusts, the hail, all these different things. The final plague is this, that God's going to send the angel of death. And what the angel of death was going to do is it was going to kill any of the firstborn sons from any family, not just the Egyptians, but the Israelites as well. And the only way that you were saved is if you put the blood of the Lamb over your door. And what Jesus does on this last night through communion, he says, I am that Lamb that will cover you. It's my blood that will save you. And so he breaks tradition. He takes the bread and he breaks it and he says, this is my body broken for you. And he takes the cup and he says, this is my blood that will be poured out for the forgiveness of sins. And so tonight after worship, that's what we're going to celebrate. I encourage you and your family to jump into any of the passages throughout the gospel that talk about the Passover feast. And just as a family, remember that Jesus Christ is in control, that there is not one moment that we are experiencing right now that is bigger than him, that is more powerful than him. And here's what I want to encourage you with. There is a God who knows you completely, loves you completely, and he is with you no matter what happens. Let's worship.
Worthy of every song we could ever sing, worthy of all the praise we could ever bring, worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Jesus, the name above every other name. Jesus, the only one who could ever save. You're worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. Oh. declare, I will build my life. Yes, I will build my life upon your love. It is a firm foundation, and I will put my trust in you alone, and I will not be shaken. Yes, I will build my life upon your love. It is a firm foundation, and I will put my trust in you alone, and I will not be shaken. Holy, there is no one like you. There is none beside you. Open up my eyes in wonder and show me who you are, and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those around. Yes, I will build my life upon your love. It is a firm foundation, and I will put my trust in you alone, and I will not be shaken.
Peace, bring it all to peace. The storm surrounding me, let it break. And your name still, call the sea to still, rage in me to still every wave. At your name, Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, you silence fear. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble.
shall return in robes of white. The blazing sun shall pierce the night, and I will rise among the saints, my gaze transfixed on Jesus' face. Declare it. We shall return in robes of white, the blazing sun